Titties, though, Brian.
Not enough titties.
Not enough titties.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Spaghetti Western. Boy, I can barely even speak. I'm all tongue-tied. To the Spaghetti Western Jamboree. This is a stream where we watch and talk about spaghetti westerns, also known as Euro westerns, also known as Italo westerns. That is to say, westerns that were made by the Italians in Spain from roughly the year 1966 to 1976 or 77 or so. I mean, that's not to say that, you know, every a movie shot by the Italians was shot in Almeria, Spain. It's just like 99.9% of them pretty much were. What can I say? If you are new to the genre, boy, we've got some great movies to recommend to you. If you are an old fan like me, hey, this is a great place to come and chat and celebrate the subgenre. Tonight's movie is Day of Anger from 1967 by Tonino. I know I'm gonna mess up his name, so let me take a really good close look at it. Thank you, Internet Movie Database. It's Tonino Valeri. That is to say, he is one of a handful of spaghetti western directors whose name isn't Sergio, right? Because it's like a running joke in the spaghetti western community. It's like, if you want to watch a good spaghetti western, just pick one that's directed by a guy named Sergio Leone, Sergio Corbucci, Sergio Sarvati. Sergio Salima, right? You watch a spaghetti western by a guy named Sergio, you're generally going to be in good hands. But tonight's movie is by a guy named Tonino. I guess probably his most famous other film would be My Name is Nobody, which he made with Terrence Hill and, of course, the legendary Henry Fonda. As much as I love that movie, as much as I enjoy that movie, I think that Day of Anger is the better film. It stars the great Giuliano Gemma. If you're not familiar with him, boy, you're missing out. He is one of the truly great spaghetti Western actors. And here he is teamed with Lee Van freaking Cleef, right? And we're going to take a look at the trailer and everything and the opening credits, which really hype. Like, it's Jama, it's Lee Van Cleef. They're headed towards a collision course. It's going to be awesome. And really, it actually is. But enough of my yapping. Let me bring on my co-host. First and foremost, of course, my boy, your boy, Matt Burke. What's going on, Matt?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. Hanging in there. Maintaining, man.
Me too,
as
man.
as my hippie friends would say. How are you doing?
I'm
pretty
pretty
good,
good, man.
weather, right?
Just a little under the weather, man. Had to miss work today, so I just been kind of, trying to get ready for tomorrow. So feeling better though, man. That's why I jumped on the stream tonight, and yeah, thanks for having me. I watched the movie today.
Thanks for being here.
Hell yeah.
And hey, man, it's just like, it's like you can tell them like, oh, well, I can come and get everybody else sick, or I can stay at home.
Yeah, that always sucks.
And then, of course, there's my boy Preston. What's up, Preston?
I was surprised to see Angel Eyes in this movie.
Lee Van Cleef.
Angel
Bro,
Eyes.
he was like in 1,000 of these.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm exaggerating slightly.
No. I mean, you know what he reminds me of? Like, the old man from he played the villain in Avatar.
Stephen Lang.
Stephen Lang.
Yeah. Like, I think Stephen Lang is the modern Lee Van Cleef. You know what I'm saying? Like, they look alike, except he's a lot bigger.
He's able.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also, he was in, of course, Tombstone as Ike Clanton.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. That's true. He was in another movie called Old Man, which was really good. Yeah.
And he's in another one too called Don't Breathe, I think. Where he's
that one was good. Yeah.
And he made a second one. I haven't seen that one yet, but
I haven't
that
seen
one
it
was
either.
fucking sick, dude.
He's in a lot of good ones. He was in the Conan the Barbarian remake. He had a rubber nose on fighting Jason Momoa. He had a double sword, but you wouldn't even know it's him.
That's a really terrible movie. But the thing about Stephen Lang is you can put him in a piece of shit, like Avatar, like the Conan the Barbarian remake. Yeah. And he comes out squeaky clean because even though the movies are terrible, he's awesome in those terrible movies.
Yeah, he played a
Old
cool,
Man was an amazing movie, dude. Like, and I was surprised because I was like, this movie's just weird, dude. But it turned out to be really no. He's like an old man that lives in the hills.
Yeah, I think I've seen that movie actually. Kind of like a Western a little bit, I think, or not a Western.
Dude, it's got like the strangest twist. Like, it's crazy. Like, he wakes up and it's like, you got to see it. I can't explain it. Like, he's like an old hillbilly that lives in the mountains, And
he did another one with Momoa too, where he's played his dad, and like it was a pretty good actual like action movie up in the snow with Momoa and him. And I forgot the name of it, but it was pretty cool. It's called like Frozen or some weird name, like basic ass red box.
Is that the one where they can't see?
No,
like, no,
it was a different one. It has like a bunch of series. This one had like a bunch of like Native Americans or something like that, like coming after him. Yeah. And Momoa, he gets killed in there, Stephen Lang, but Momoa's his son. He has to like defend him and shit. But he was on a TV show called Salem. Oh, yeah. That was really good.
Wait, what was it?
Crime Story too.
Salem.
Crime Story that Michael Mann.
Salem.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know he was on another TV show too, where it was about it was kind of like a Jurassic Park type of TV show. You remember that?
I forgot the name of it. Terra Nova.
They went something like that. Like, they went into another dimension. Was it another dimension? Because their dimension was all falling apart and shit. Except this dimension had dinosaurs.
Terra Nova. Yeah, it was like Jurassic Park.
Terra Nova. That's it. Yeah. It was awesome. Dude.
I actually liked that show. Yeah, it was entertaining.
It never lasted long, and I was hoping it would last long.
Me too.
Yeah. Sim says he should have been Cable.
Yeah. He was perfect.
Yeah.
He would have been perfect. And then, of course, we can't forget Pops. How are you doing, my brother, man?
What's up?
How you feeling? You still on the liquid diet, right, bro?
Well, yeah, I'm going to have to do that until the surgery. Chest is still fucking inflamed, dude. If I gulp something, I feel it.
Right.
I got to be really careful of what I'm doing right now. And that means smoke a lot of weed, doesn't it?
Yeah, say that you can't have that.
Actually, when I first got there, the first doctor in the ER, he's like, you know, these new strains of weed are doing this and that to people. And I was like, dude, it ain't the weed. It's not the weed. Don't worry about it. It ain't the weed. Well, then they went and did, you know, the tests and whatnot and the x-rays and all that. And he comes back and he goes, well, your weed's safe. I was like, I told you it wasn't the weed, dude. I told you it wasn't the weed.
Dude, it's fucking weed. It's like,
well, he tried to do the more powerful strains on me thing, and it's like, man, I lived in Arizona, and we used to go to California and get the White Widow and all the Killer Skywalker and all that 20 years ago. It ain't new. It's just new where you live.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like, no.
Northern Lights and all that shit. I don't know. There's been good weed since the 90s.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like it ain't new. It's just new where you live. Dude.
Exactly. Right. Because it's like trends or something like grunge, for instance, like hit the suburbs, like, you know, 5 years after like grunge was over, that kind of a thing.
I just thought it was funny that was the first thing they wanted to do, because they're like, you know, do you smoke? And I'm like, smoke what? Because they asked me if I smoke tobacco. No, I don't, but I do smoke, you know. And then he tried to lay it on me about the concentrates, the dabbers or whatever they call it. Crack me up, dude. The doctor dude had me cracking up, right?
Yeah, because it's all like reefer madness bullshit.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
it's fucking weed
before you were born, son.
Dude.
You need to chill. Don't lecture me.
The only thing that weed is dangerous to is pizzas and fucking Doritos.
Well, no, I mean, a bale could fall off the truck, conceivably land on you and kill you, but
Exactly. Yeah, no, shit's harmless, man. Shit's harmless. Alcohol, on the other hand, that shit will fuck you up.
Well, yeah, because somebody will pick a bottle of that up and hit you upside the head with it. Nobody's going to hit you in the side of the head with a bag of weed, right?
I'm going to burn you with a big old spliff or something like that. Set your ass on fire. Yeah, I mean, look, man. I feel what you're going through, because I had a friend that had to have gastric bypass surgery because he was like 400 pounds, and me and his other homies needed to pull an intervention and be like, "Yo, bro, like we don't want to be at your fucking funeral."
It was just weird though, because it's like it's my diaphragm. Okay,
yeah,
I got to tighten it back up so my stomach doesn't crawl up through it into my chest cavity, right?
Yeah.
It's weird. I had never heard of it before. Didn't know this shit could happen. I'll call my mom.
Are you talking about your hernia?
Yeah,
what you're talking about?
It's a hiatal hernia.
No. After I had my hernia, they explained to me how it works. So like, come through your muscle fiber, come through your belly button. Mine came through the belly button.
Right.
I was picking up some antique furniture, because my wife used to collect antiques, and I picked it up and I felt it rip. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was the weirdest sensation. It was like, I was like, I think my stomach just ripped. And I looked down and my belly button went from an innie to an outie. And I'm like, all right, this ain't right. So
I just hurt myself.
Well, right here, you can't see it. Hold on, wait. Like right here, you can also rip through that wall going into your chest. And you can also rip through the bottom going into your bowels.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's the most common.
Yeah.
Going down. I had double hernia down low.
Yeah. Like I know there's one dude that had to pick up his sack whenever he used the bathroom, or else he wouldn't be able to use the bathroom. Because his hernia went down.
Right. That's like the one that I'd always heard of. And then I heard that, no, hernias can go up and out.
This is the weird part, guys. This is the weird part. It's not, you don't feel it as your stomach's up in your chest. It's not like you're short of breath and it's putting pressure on your heart, or it's not that kind of feeling. It's like every now and then, Brian, every now and then I've had them puking spells, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And you just think that's a stomach problem. Oh, I got an ulcer or something, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So then when I started puking blood, I went to fucking have it checked out. Look, I'm bleeding now. Well, that's because my stomach twisted.
You got to be careful. Oh, dude, like a buddy of mine,
harsh.
His son, him and his son got into doing like martial arts, right? Like kickboxing, all that kind of stuff.
That's cool.
Well, his son and his sensei were trading kicks. This happened recently. It happened like last week.
Yeah.
And it was kick for kick, you know. Well, his timing was off, and the sensei's kick went right into his nutsack. Right.
Oh!
So check it out. It gets much worse before it gets better. So with their adrenaline going, you know, he really didn't feel it as bad as it was, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he spent the rest of the night going back and forth, and they finished, you know, and fighting and all that kind of stuff. And the next morning, he woke up and he was like, and his dad's like, "How you feeling?" He goes, "I feel pretty good." It's like, but like he really hit me hard because I still feel it down there. And he's like, walk it off, you know. So the next morning he wakes up and he goes, "Nah, it still feels bad." And his dad's like, let's go to the doctor. We're going to the ER.
Yeah.
They went to the ER, and what had happened is his nut twisted, right? Oh. And the doctor said, "You had 4 hours to get to us after this happened for us to be able to save your nut." He was like, "We got to take it. Like it's done. It's dead. We need to take it out." So he had to have emergency surgery Monday to get that taken out. Like he's walking around with one now, and I'm like, dude, I was like,
"Are you calling him lefty or righty?"
That's what I told him. I said, "Which one did you lose?" Because that's gonna be your new nickname. Anyway, he goes,
"There's a reason why you got a backup."
Like me and his dad, you know, we're older guys, you know, so we're like, you know, I'm at the mindset that at this point in my life, you know, it's good that I know shit. That way, if I do get into a fight, you know, I ain't got to worry about anything. But I was like, dude, unless you plan on making a career out of this, you know, I don't know if I would keep going. And if you do, you might want to save, like, have some of your shit dry, like frozen. That way, I'm being dead serious, so that you can,
throwing kicks and shit at each other.
Well, sometimes, and that's another thing too. I knew guys who wore a cup, and it got jammed in between the cup and their
cups ain't safe either.
Yeah. And it crushed it, like it squashed it, like you'd crack a nut. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah. I mean, I talked to him. I was like, dude, you might want to think about like having your shit frozen, you know, and just because if you ever decide to have kids and then you can't have kids. And another thing I want you to keep in mind, like if you lose that other one, at that point, you have to be on the shot. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be on testosterone shots at that point.
Yes, because then you're a eunuch.
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Well, not a eunuch. A eunuch doesn't have they don't have a root, you know, a stem. But I mean,
right,
you know.
Right. Oh my God. What up, Edwin?
What's up, Ed?
Good to see you, brother.
It was some crazy shit going down.
That's scary shit.
It is.
It's definitely
so at 60 years old, having this shit happen to me and not knowing it was even something that could happen to you, it was kind of freaked me out a little bit. And the next morning like they did the scope thing and they pushed my stomach back down where it belongs, right? But they didn't sew it up because it was too inflamed, right? So they pushed it back down. And the next morning I was like, look, I don't know what the deal is. I said it felt really weird. I don't know if it felt weird because my stomach is back where it belongs or if it's already starting to creep back up. You guys might want to take another picture. And sure enough, they said it was already starting to creep back up. So they want to schedule surgery and get it handled. You know?
Well, just so you know, Pops, like the older you are, the more prone you are to this type of stuff.
Yeah, well, dude, I'm 60, and this is the first time I ever had anything like this, man. I've had
what caused it
here and there, but I ain't never.
You don't know what caused it. Usually, it's a strain. Like you strained doing something.
I'm always. That's just it. I got no slow gear pressing. I go out with the grandkids. We get down. We don't. You know what I mean? It's like
the one thing I took away from this is that anytime I go to lift something, I put a weight belt on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That way it holds everything together. Yeah.
Dude, when I had these like guys come in and like move my shit around, I kept saying like, "You got anything for your back?" You know, like be careful. It's like I don't want people. It's like I understand this is your job. I'm paying you, but you know, I don't want people getting fucking crippled moving my stupid shit around. You know, and luckily, no major incidents or anything like that.
Stretch.
But yeah, no, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful.
Stretch, for God's sakes. Stretch.
Well, see, now that's something I always did because I've always been athletic. I've always, like I said, I don't got no slow gear. I do everything with the kids and everything. Last year I went to one of the baseball practices and cranked one out. Okay, like dude served me up a pitch and I fucking nailed it, right? But this was happening before that, it's like I just didn't know what was going on, so I continued being me and just made it worse and worse and worse. Look, 3 weeks ago I was roller skating, remember, B?
Yeah.
3-4 weeks ago I went roller skating. I hit the deck a few times. That probably didn't help.
No, probably.
You know what I mean? But I had no idea what was wrong, so I just kept on being me. And the thing I keep trying to explain to everybody is like, man, it's like I'm going to be more worried about the first time I go, yeah, I better not do that, because that's the beginning of the end. I never got to that point yet where I'm 60, and I never got to that point yet where I went, yeah, I better not do that.
Here's the other thing too. It's like you want to live your life. I understand, but at the same time, you don't want to end up decrepit.
Well, that's what I mean. Right? I didn't know there was something wrong. I just kept on being me.
I know.
Honestly,
you're not Superman.
The more injuries I've been getting lately, the more I've been like when I went back to doing martial arts and I cracked that rib, I was like, nah, dude, that's enough of that. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, do martial arts, but do like Tai Chi or do forms.
Yeah, I ain't doing all that. I'm just saying, like,
you don't have to spar all the time, and you don't have to. Spar, you don't have to
that's the fun. That's the fun of doing it is beating up other people. You know what I'm saying? But and then like throwing logs in the back of the truck, which usually wouldn't be anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the next thing I know, I got a pinched nerve in my arm because of that. You know, and I mean, it's just like at some point you have to make a choice. Like, is it more important that you're able to get your pages done, or is it more important that you don't feel like you're aging? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, that's what I mean. I did pretty good. I made it to 60 without ever going, yeah, I better not do that. I'm too old to do that. I can't do that anymore. I made it to 60 without doing that. Now I might have to look at a few things over the next few months and go, yeah, don't do that, Pops. But you know what I mean? I never had to before. I've been able to have fun. So,
Yeah, no, it's reality. It's reality. Yeah. And the thing is, the thing I like about getting older is the fact that I just become more comfortable in my own skin. Do you know what I'm saying? I just become more comfortable with just being me. But I did let my health deteriorate over the last few years, and I'm ready to get back into the gym. I want to do some Tai Chi or something like that, because that's the thing is, exercise for me, it's got to be fun. Mm-hmm. If it's not fun, I'll find an excuse not to fucking do it. So I'm going to see if I can find like a Chinese martial arts place, because that's my shit. But if I could find like a place even that just does Tai Chi or Qigong or some stuff like that, because it's good for your health. It's good for your internal organs. It's good for your brain. There's a reason why Asian martial arts were practiced long after they were no longer useful, or I should say practical for combat reasons, because they realized, there's other benefits to doing this shit. And your
martial arts have always
been doing that shit altogether.
They've always been practical. Like the Green Berets and the SEALs, they practice martial arts like crazy, especially jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, they do. They know
breathing and balance.
Yes, all that shit's good for you. All that shit's good for you.
Tai Chi is wonderful, especially as you're older. Okay, your breathing. When you get older, it's like you take for granted your breathing. You've been doing it forever, right? You kind of take it for granted, and you don't get full breaths, and you don't give your body the oxygen it really needs.
Well, that's because people breathe from up here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You have to learn to breathe like from your diaphragm.
And
I always think of it like the way I visualize it. I visualize that my lungs are down in my stomach.
Also, the other thing I want to say for just basic martial arts, balance is something that I learned early and understood the reason for learning balance, right?
Yeah.
I taught that to my son.
It affects the way you walk.
I'm 60 years old, Brian. I can put I'm 60 years old. I can put my shoes and socks on standing up, dude.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, I don't know too many people my age that can do that. They all sit down and lace them shoes up. It's like,
I've always sat down and
It's
laced
really
my
good.
shoes
I
up.
can stand up and do that shit. You know,
I'm not standing up doing any of that shit. That's one of the things. Like they used to ride me about that. Is that I was not very limber. You know what I'm saying? It was to the point to where they were like, "Okay, you hold his legs open, I'll get on his back and push down with my knee." You know, and I was like, "Fuck!" You know?
Yeah, no,
You feel like your tendons just ripping at that point.
Oh, everything. You know, now spring is coming. I gotta start killing some fucking pool noodles with my swords and everything. But yes, we should talk at least a little bit about Day of Anger.
We got an hour. Come on, let's do it.
Let's get to it. You know what? Let me show the trailer for this because I do have some pretty cool clips. At least I think I do. Wait, I think
and YouTube, fuck you in advance for chopping this show up. I'm just saying. If they chop it up, go look at it on Twitter. Go look at it on Brian's Twitter, my Twitter. It'll still be live.
Yeah, and the thing is this is not a big movie. I don't think there's going to be. There's a reason why I don't cover any of the Sergio Leone, Clint Eastwood movies. Even though I would love to.
Westerns, Steve. They get most of them. They get most of the westerns. They don't get all the horror movies.
MGM is because MGM owns that shit. MGM doesn't own this. It has a lot to do specifically with ownership. Although, check this out. This is an interesting little thing. Clint Eastwood. Oh God, I should actually find this clip because it would be actually something I think spaghetti western fans would be delighted to see. You guys are familiar with Sideshow Toys, right?
Yeah.
Right? They made all those fucking dope-ass Universal Monster toys I got.
Oh, yeah.
For the first time, they're making Clint Eastwood toys.
Oh, I've seen some of those. Yeah.
Historic because he has always made very sure, that's always been a clause, no toys with his likeness and no comic books with his likeness. That's why Chuck Dixon's Batman versus Dirty Harry never happened, specifically because of that. It got all the way to the end. It was ready to go. He had the script and everything like that. And yeah, no, it was just a.
Don't be a little bitch, dude.
Oh my
Come
God,
on.
The Outlaw Josie Wales, the fucking Man with No Name.
I've seen a bunch of them. I could have sworn Razorfist had one of them. I think he was like showing on Twitter like a few months back. I could have swore. I know because he's got like Cobra.
Harry.
They got a Cobra one. I seen one that like because I follow Stallone. He had a Cobra one that he was really showcasing himself. It's fucking beautiful toys they got now. You know?
Yeah, these look absolutely fantastic. Let me download these videos really, really quick. But here's the thing I thought that was really cool. He walked into visited their factory, right? Or I should say their workshop where they
Eastwood did or what?
Clint Eastwood did. And he looked like he had this expression on his face, like he was like a little kid. And this old man, right, with this just like he was just grinning ear to ear, and they had like a mold of his head, and he was just like, "Any chance I could take this with me?" And I was just like, "Bruh." If he'd asked me that, I'd be like, "Dude, no, like you don't ask." You take. It's just like he probably was you, like, motherfucker.
They finally caught up to my claws. Like the toys are good enough now, you know. That's probably what he was thinking in his head.
Well, I mean, because the sculpts are incredible. I'm looking at this Man with No Name, and it is freaking phenomenal. But that's the thing specifically about Sideshow is that they've always made the coolest sculpts because,
$300.
Like, for instance, I was looking at the Ultimate McCready figure the other day at Target, right?
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh crap, am I gonna have to buy this? Oh please no, please no. Give me an excuse not to. And I looked really closely and I looked at the sculpt of Kurt Russell's face and I was like, that does not look like Kurt Russell. And I was just like, thank you God, I have like an excuse now not to fucking spend money on this fucking thing.
Sometimes though, like you can open them and they'll have different paint jobs on the faces, you know? You're like, oh, that one's better.
Yeah, that's always been the case. Yeah. No. Yeah, and you look and you see, oh, that one looks better than that one. That one's eye is a little bit off.
Yeah.
But the sculpt is the most important thing. And if you don't have a good sculpt, then it's just scheiße.
Scheiße.
Scheiße. Here, let's take a look at this.
We'll be unboxing and assembling The Man with No Name.
Dude!
I want one.
That's awesome.
Every man needs that on his drawing table.
Fuck! Yeah.
Sorry.
Guess how much that's going to set you back?
Oh, that's going to be badass.
Bro.
Premium
300.
format figure by Sideshow. Let's get started.
Got the metal.
It's probably up there with the Frazetta Death Dealer.
All of their shit starts at 300. I know that much.
Yeah.
And the real question is, for me, as always, is it a figure, right? Does it have articulation? Because if it's not a toy, don't call it a toy.
Get it out of there. Yeah.
Big old base.
That metal fucking stove in there. You know, the bulletproof vest.
The waistcoat? Yeah.
I want the bulletproof vest. You know the metal plate that he wears at the end of the movie? That's all I want him, like, just that.
Oh, from Fistful of Dollars.
Fistful,
Yeah, but this is the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Oh, they're going to do all of them probably. Yeah.
Because the costume is always slightly...
Fucking thing's huge, dude.
Yeah.
That's PVC that's made out of, isn't it?
It's
It looks like it's PVC. It doesn't look like it's made out of that really fragile fucking shit that they usually make it out of.
And and here's the real question: Are the clothes made out of fabric? Right? Like that's one of the things I love about like the Mego figures.
It looks like fabric.
They have actual costumes.
Yeah. You could draw that, dude.
In other words, they're dolls.
Yeah, they're dolls. I like that.
I mean, you know, action figures, of course, are dolls. It's just they created the name action figure so little boys wouldn't feel embarrassed playing with dolls.
G.I. Joe.
Yep. The old shit is fucking like 12 inches. Hands. What?
The Rock.
That's the fucking Rock?
Yeah.
That's the Rock that he places on the ground before the grand duel? That's really mad, crazy, sick attention to detail. Yeah, so it's from a specific scene of the duel at the end. Got the hand. Look at the vein. He's got the cheroot. He's got the cigar.
But it's, at the end of the day, it's a statue that would move.
Yeah.
Doesn't have bendable joints or anything. No wrist, no bendable wrist.
Yeah. I mean, mind you, they're making a lot of shit, so I'm sure they're going to be making dolls too. But this looks more like a sculpture. He takes up the dead soldier. And that is also, by the way, proof that the Man with No Name trilogy is actually a trilogy in reverse. That each film is a prequel to the previous one. Oh my God! Look at that.
That's perfect.
And that was The Man with No Name premium format figure by Sideshow.
Look at that sculpt.
They said Clint Eastwood in his prime. Like they said he was the biggest poon hound around.
He was one of them. Who laid the most pipe? I think it would have to have been fucking Sean Connery, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Watch a movie. Like it's like I remember watching like Diamonds Are Forever, and you know, there's always like two Bond girls. I'm just like, okay, I wonder which one of these girls he was banging, and it turns out both of them at the same time. I mean, not like in the same room at the same time, but like.
But you don't know that.
Yeah, no, for fact that's a confirmed fact. Actually. Yeah. That's like there's this guy who Landon C goes there. He's like this old dude who does a lot of videos on like old films, old Hollywood, that kind of shit. And the stories are just fucking crazy because the people back then were fucking savages. These days, fucking Johnny Depp trashes a fucking hotel room and it's like big news.
Oh yeah,
well, that's because information flows so freely nowadays. Like back then, you never had to worry about anything getting out.
Exactly.
As long as you...
Yeah. Fucking Lee Van Cleef and fucking not Lee Van Cleef, Lee Marvin and Woody Strode, when they were making the Professionals, they were shooting just outside of Las Vegas. So of course, you know, every night after they finished shooting, they would just go in and just fucking act like total fucking savages.
Well, look at Rock Hudson. You know what I'm saying? He got away with that shit for years, and nobody knew anything. They always thought he was a sex symbol.
Well, he was.
He was. You're right. But I mean,
he's always stood out through time.
The classic era of film and cinema.
Larger-than-life legacy that Clint Eastwood has had.
Oh, look at all these things.
Yeah, see, they got
it's exciting because it's new to me. It's fun to me.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Look how Tom has worn him down. Jeez.
Well, dude, his guy motherfucker's like 99. The guy's like literally like almost 100 years old, bro.
That's gonna be me, man. Hopefully,
him and that statue right next to him look like they could be brothers.
Mr. Burns and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, you know, homeboy clearly fucking took care of himself.
Yeah, because it's new to me. It's fun to be part of it in a small way.
He became another member of the creative team that was genesising all of these product incarnations.
How many more years do you think he has left?
Oh, he could go in any minute. But who knows?
I think he'll be 100 and something. I think he got 10 more years.
Would he want to?
Well, I
want to be 300.
No, look, he's walking around. He doesn't look like.
Yeah, but do you want to live? Do you want to live to be 300 like that? Yeah,
no, I don't. I want to be like
no, of course not. And it's
I want to be like cyberpunk and shit. Like have a bunch of metal.
No, I would not want to be
and shit.
Yeah, no, immortality would be bad. Even if I had like the body of a 19-year-old.
No, I don't want to be immortal. I just want to live like 300 years.
Yeah, that would be badass.
Just so I can make a bunch of.
This is really the first time Clint is embarking on and engaging in a process like.
Everyone has a different one scene that they can think of. If you think of Dirty Harry, if you think of Blondie, if you think of The Preacher, and so you just got to make that conscious decision. This is the scene that I want. This is the Clint that I want.
He's iconic for a reason, and it was.
And another thing that you got to say about Clint Eastwood, and this is a Chad thing. Preston in particular, if you've never heard this story, you're gonna fucking love it. When he met Frank Frazetta, whom he commissioned to do the poster for his movie The Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet, that's right.
Right? He said, no, he didn't say. Somebody said that when he met Frazetta, he was just like starstruck. That he was like, "Oh, pleasure to meet you, Mr. Frazetta. Hi, Mr. Frazetta."
Believe it or not, a lot of actors, a ton of actors were like that. And you know what's funny? Like him and Drew Struzan, like Frank Frazetta and Drew Struzan, they were really solitary guys. You know what I'm saying? Like even now, Drew Struzan, he tries to salvage as much paint as possible. Like he'll put like a little dab and use it all, and then put a little dab and use. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's got more money than God, but
principle.
Neither one of those motherfuckers knew how famous they were.
Yeah. Which is cool. Which is fucking cool as hell.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. But in the case of Eastwood, he knew how famous he was.
No, I'm not talking about Eastwood. I'm talking about Frazetta and Struzan.
No, Frazetta. I think Frazetta did too. It's
after a while, but nobody like Struzan. He was like, he thought he was the guy that just did a bunch of movie posters. You know what I'm saying? And for a long time, Frazetta just thought that his wife was just trying to get them by because she knew Frazetta wanted the paint, right? So she was in charge of selling posters, just trying to get anything she could to keep Frazetta painting, you know? But when they asked Struzan to do a Comic-Con, he was like, why would you want me at a Comic-Con? You know?
No shit.
Yeah, and then he goes to a Comic-Con and the line is out the fucking door for Drew Struzan and every one of those motherfuckers had a Drew Struzan movie poster they were trying to get signed.
Dude, that's, I mean, to me, like, that's the thing that always appealed to me about comic book stardom, right? I would never want to be famous. Rich, I would take that in a fucking heartbeat, right? Famous, not so much. But the kind of fame that's the coolest is comic
underground.
You can walk in to a convention and you're a rock star, and then you can walk out of the building and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool. In other words, you can turn it on and you can turn it off. But yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, no, you know, some people just don't. Mike Plug, for instance, you know, I talked with him a little bit on the Facebooks, and I'm just like that guy really doesn't realize.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Like even Plug didn't. Bisley knew he was famous. You know what I'm saying? When people are buying you shit, like, here, you know. But
dude, that to me is one of the reasons why he's the man. Because I remember being at the East Coast Comic Con, and you saw Neil Adams, legend and an icon, acting like a legend and an icon, right? Yeah. Big line, you know, everything's set up in such a way, right? And very not exactly accessible. And there's the fucking Biz, also a legend and an icon, and he's just getting fucking sloshed with his fucking fans. Here, check this out. And what are they using? 3D printers.
And that's like
so that's just to print it out. Yeah,
the holsters and everything.
A little smaller than I use, but yeah, pretty good.
Boom, you got a resin.
Look at that.
There it is. Any chance of taking one of those with me?
Absolutely.
Look at the smile on his face. Right? He's like a little fucking kid.
Dude,
I don't know. I just love seeing shit like that.
His son looks exactly like him, dude. He's almost like a carbon copy.
Who's been such a iconic figurehead in the industry and
sideshow.
Yeah, man's a fucking icon, and yeah, no, these are some
love them and enjoy them.
His son looks exactly like him, except with none of the acting talent.
See them and love them and enjoy them and truly feel that it represents their love of these characters.
Look at this. These are fucking amazing.
And these movies that are gonna last the test of time.
Magic in Sideshow, besides the sculptors, it's the painters. Like the guys who paint those fucking things, dude. That's where the money's at.
When I get the Sims printed up all these 6-gun gorilla miniatures for me, and they're like ready to ship. And when I get them, of course, I'm going to send them to the people that back them, but I'm going to have leftovers too. And one of the things I want to do with the leftovers is I want to take one and find somebody, you know, that paints miniatures.
If I can make a suggestion on that, because I had to talk with somebody else about this. Please? In fact, with the Doc Salem figure, the bust, I was gonna go into Warhammer forums, because those guys who paint the Warhammer miniatures, dude, those guys are fucking bosses, son.
Next level, dude. They can do. There's one. I'll give you an example, because I've been painting miniatures since they started releasing them. Since that was a thing. Since I was a little kid, right? Helped me survive fucking junior high school. Mm-hmm. And you would just slop paint on. And when I decided to pick up the hobby again, I was like, okay, let me see like what techniques people have developed. And I'm looking at like, there are people that can like that can paint a miniature that's holding a torch, and they'll do the torchlight on the face and the clothes and shit. I'm like, are you shitting me?
They use textures. Like it looks like we're talking miniatures like this big, dude, and it looks like they got mud all over them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and the bases are really well
decorated. And they look real. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're going to get somebody to paint your figures, you should hit those guys up, because these guys are fucking they're an untouched fucking resource.
I know. if you have a comic book store near you, odds are that they do have pre-painted miniatures, and you can ask them, "Hey, who did this?"
Right. I have both on the same street for me. I have this place called the Guild House, where it's a tabletop place, and it's pretty big. It looks like a castle from the outside.
So cool. It's
right on the boulevard, and then there's Metropolis like a couple doors down. I haven't even been in there yet. I want to go in there and check it out. It's been there for like 2 years.
Yeah, I wish we had something like that out here, but
it's a dying resource, dude. Like as far as like comic book stores and stuff like that.
Yeah,
the nerd churches are dying. Yes,
yeah.
I told you 5 in my old neighborhood, and one of them actually sold comic books.
Well, dude, I'll be straight, and I notice it's going to sound like I'm being an asshole, but I'm not. It's their own fucking fault because they had too much trust in the big two.
Yeah.
And it let them down. Like they could care less, dude.
Well, that's why they don't carry comic books anymore. That's why they just carry fucking they'll maybe carry Japanese comic books, but mostly it's fucking Funko Pops. Yeah. And fucking like those anime statues and shit like that, and Pokemon cards and all that.
They should have looked to the indie. Like looked to the indie
manga
scene. Yeah.
Manga's selling crazy, like billions right now.
Oh my god,
is fucking everybody up too. It's starting to fuck people up now.
If they would have checked out indie, they would still have a thriving comic book market. I mean, indie, for what we have, I know it's not much. We still get by pretty good on the books that we sell,
Yeah.
And it just baffles the mind that they still won't carry any of our books because it's got a bad tone to it.
Well, wait. Yeah. Well, wait. That's the thing. It's our time's coming soon. Our time is coming soon. We'll figure it out. Even if the only people reading our comics are in France, right?
Hey, I'm cool with that
that's
too.
Why
I
we
love
have
French
to start
books.
translating our comics. We have to start translating our comics
to French, for sure.
The Americans don't want our shit.
French and Japanese, those would be the first 2 languages.
Japanese would be amazing.
Transfer.
Why doesn't Indiegogo hit Japan?
There's no reason why we shouldn't. The comic's already drawn. All we have to do is get a translator and a letterer.
How come Indiegogo and Kickstarter and none of those places like market to a Japanese market or a Chinese?
Well, you don't
market?
know that there's probably Kickstarter Japan.
Well, I'm saying like the Kickstarter here, like nope, dude. When I did my Indiegogo campaign, there were 0 copies going to China or the Orient or anything like that. Like, and I don't know about you guys, but if all of us on this panel never sold any books to the Orient, then that's a big clue that we're kind of cut off from that. You know what I'm saying? Like their internet isn't the same as ours. Like
they love Western stuff. Like if it's good, I don't mean Western genre, but just culture.
But that's imported.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember asking this girl at the comic book store. It's like, you don't sell any Western comics here, do you? And she meant like Western, like like the bang bang genre. I mean, no, like from the West, like from Europe or America or the Americas.
Yeah.
And no. And this was the place where they had this was the place where they did sell American comics, but it was a little dirty corner all the way in the back. And it was literally a corner. That is to say that there were 2 shelves in the corner, and it was just like a fucking a mess. Nothing was organized. Actually, saw Adam's book, The Exiled there. Actually,
you were in Japan? And you...
No. This is like in Rockland County. This is like at the Palisades Mall.
I've seen Preston's book with his cover. Yeah. At my shop.
I don't know
why you're talking about The Exile, though. You're not.
Yeah, Exile.
I don't know why I didn't buy it. I must have had like no. Oh, that's right. I was broke at the time. That's right. I didn't even have money for food, or barely had money for food. What up, Ollie?
What's up, Ollie?
Yeah, that's the. I'm gonna. We've already talked actually about translating the first 6 gun into.
What's up, Ollie? What's up, Ollie?
That stop with that fucking fly ass fucking die cut cover.
What's up, Ollie?
So cool. Yeah, 656 are fucking killing it. And there's that new shit that got coming, which is going to be Border or All Stars.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah, no, those they're at the cutting edge, to be sure. All right, let's take a quick look. We got like a half an hour to fucking talk about this thing. But by the way, Matt, who are you having on tonight?
Russ Leach. We're gonna be talking about the Cole story.
Ooh,
Russ.
I backed that shit, son.
Yeah, I haven't backed it yet. I want to. There's a lot of books I want, but just
I know, same
can't
here.
do it right now.
I know.
Yeah, I'm in a bind too.
Yeah,
no.
it sucks.
Too much.
Now look, the thing I love about this trailer is the music, and then of course the cool animated, the animated openings that they have for these movies. It's animation using like paper cutouts, basically, kind of like Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
Right.
Reminds me of Grindhouse, like
a little bit.
Reminds me of Grindhouse big time when they do that type of shit.
What, like old Grindhouse movies or like
old Grindhouse movies, like like the movie posters and shit like that.
Right? So it's just like it's saying, Jama!
I watched a documentary on Van Cleef.
Yeah.
Did a lot of crazy shit.
Chorus motherfuckers. Jama, Van Cleef, Jama, Van Cleef, I love the score to this too. There's Al Moloch. Dude, so many recognizable faces in this movie. So many of like the great spaghetti western character actors.
I love how that dude gets beat down through the whole fucking movie and just bitch smacks.
Yes.
Me too, actually.
Yes.
I fucking love that.
And then all of a sudden he finds his balls.
Yep.
Fucking Scott Mary.
Scott Mary.
Great character.
Yeah.
Your boy's loving it too. Lee Van Cleef, he's like, yeah, he's a wolf.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers made him rabid.
That boy was born a wolf. You're the ones who made him rabid.
They'll laugh at me if I call myself Scott Mary.
I like when the sheriff comes in and goes, get back in the barn.
Right? Get back in the barn. He made him into a man quick. I think he would have got there, just would have taken him probably twice as long.
He was in a world where everybody was literally shitting on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
But he was saving up for that gun. You know what I mean? He wanted the gun. So eventually he would have got there, but it would have taken him forever to get there.
Yep.
And, I forgot this guy's name.
And it wouldn't have been as hard either, because your boy like taught him, like, if you wound a man, you kill a man.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been badass either.
The rules. Yes.
Force him to shoot somebody.
He lays them down.
But he was fast as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I love about this movie is the fact that it's very much about the difference between what you can do and what you should do. Riz Ortolani dropping fire with that score. Yes, yes, yes. Ollie, damn,
I like that too, Sim, how they the short barrel to get it clear, getting the sights taken out. All that shit was real.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Who's the villain in this movie?
Yeah, that's another question.
Talby's the fucking villain. It seems like he's helping Scott Mary out of the goodness of his own heart. He's not. He wants. Yeah, but he's like, oh, this kid's got potential.
Well, there was a lot of villains.
Yeah, can you call him a villain? You know what I'm saying? Because
there were a lot of villains in this movie, man.
Scott's the
villain. I think the town is the villain.
I think Scott's the villain.
The judge
no,
was
because he makes a decision at the end. He makes the right decision.
Yeah,
he chooses.
I don't know.
He has free will. He chooses. He makes the right choice.
He chooses, but it's like we don't know Talby's whole story. You know what I mean?
No, but we do know that Talby at the end of this movie needs to go.
Does he though?
Oh, yes. He shot that old man. He murdered that old man in the fucking street. Fuck that guy.
That old man set him up though.
All them people burned him, Brian.
And the old man
said, "I'm telling you, the town."
The old man asked for his gun. Right? Yeah, he didn't reach for his own gun. He didn't. Right?
Talby would have got
he just
ran over
down right in the fucking street.
I think the town was the villain. No, they fucking abused that motherfucker.
That goes back to Scott being a product of his environment, getting fucked with.
Exactly.
He was trying to get his
people treated
money
him
back
like
from the
shit.
people that double crossed him. All those.
I mean, Talby basically took a shit boy and made him into
a man,
a fucking
really
gunfighter,
good and quick, a badass man, quick. And I was just thinking the whole time, like, you're pushing for that old like sheriff that's been teaching the dude in the barn how to use a piece of like a wooden spoon,
Exactly.
And it's like, but at the end of the day, he just keeps telling him to go back in the barn and be a bitch, and it's like,
exactly, like
Talby, dude.
At the barn, talking about
Talby's face.
These days are over.
Everything, and it's just like, he's a villain. Scott's a villain.
But my favorite part is when Talby's like, "How much money you got on you? Let me see it."
Yeah,
I don't even trust anybody, motherfucker.
That's the thing that's great about characters like this, right?
Yeah,
like you see this in comic books, especially, right?
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil, for instance, should have been a villain.
Huh?
Yes, Daredevil should have been, and by should have, I don't mean they should have made him a villain. I'm saying when you look at the character and the shit that happened to him.
I'm being honest too. Honest to God, I'm not trying to just cause a interesting argument. I do believe that Scott's a villain, and because everybody had motives. It's the Wild West, you know what I mean?
I just look at it like this is a classic revenge story. This is a classic revenge story.
And
you got treated like shit forever. Somebody lit a fire under his ass, and he went and got himself some revenge. At the same time, the guy that lit the fire had a reason to want revenge against a whole bunch of these motherfuckers too. That town was shady as hell, man.
That's true.
If anything, like Lee Van Cleef could be guilty of like encouraging like his resentment towards the town. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then just to put a nail in the coffin, the marshal, he lit the fire, he planted the bug, he instigated the whole fucking thing. All right, and that end scene.
That's true.
He's like, go find this letter. He's gonna, he's gonna change. You're gonna have to change on him. He's gonna know you're fast. He put that bug in his ear. He's a motherfucker.
But he warned him. That's the thing. He warned him, but it's like about that boy's soul. Because the thing is that, and this is the thing that's great about Jama too. He's brilliant at playing good-hearted characters. Jama, by the way, he was the model for Giuliano Schmidt, the character in Six Gun Gorilla. He's supposed to look like this dude, right? And that's including the scar. Now, quick story about this guy and how fucking lucky he was. Let's get a good close-up of him here. Fucking handsome motherfucker.
Agile too. That little like gymnastic trick he did in the beginning in the barn. That little flip he does. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, Brian froze.
Yeah, but the dude was a pretty cool actor. I thought it was funny at the end of the movie when he's murking everybody off. He starts saying all the 10 rules or whatnot.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh no, I'm going to show that for sure.
I mean, it was cool. It was kind of fun, like kind of cheesy in a way, but fun. But I liked it.
I got it.
It works. It works beautifully.
It's like, my name is Amino Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. Like he keeps saying it. Very like. I giggled a lot, but it was a fun movie. But it's a movie.
It's a good film, right?
Shit like that's supposed to happen.
I liked it. It was fun.
Good. Yeah, I highly recommend it. And here's the thing. Movies like this, and I know I go on about this too much, right? Because I'm an old fart. But movies like this, you did not have easy access to this shit back in the day, right? Even just 10, 15 years ago, the way I found movies like this was off of websites like Cinemageddon. If the internet is the coolest thing ever, Cinemageddon was the coolest thing ever on the internet. It was a place where people did file sharing with rare, hard to find films, and that meant a lot of these. And back then, you couldn't get necessarily good copies of these movies unless they were from Japanese.
Yeah, we did the same thing with music.
Shit. And so you'd have these collectors out there who would fucking get, had all region players and would buy all this shit from all the different countries, and then they would rip it. And then people like me could download this shit and finally see these movies for the first time. And a lot of those copies were toe up. And the copy that's on Tubi, this copy, which is from the Blu-ray, pristine. Nice. Absolutely fucking beautiful, man. Uncut, full 1 hour, 53-minute version. We're so fucking lucky to have access to these films. This is Al Moloch, one of the more famous spaghetti western character actors, you'll see his face a lot in these movies, because that was one of the things that they were always looking for. Leone in particular, they were looking for interesting faces, and he is actually the third killer that's waiting for Charles Bronson at the beginning of Once Upon a Time in the West, where it's like Jack Elam, fucking Woody motherfucking Strode, and this guy. If you
that dude was a great villain.
What was that?
He was a great villain in this movie. Like a nice, sleazy villain. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And that's the thing, about... We're in the spaghetti West. Everything is dirtier, meaner, nastier, and the guys that they cast as fucking killers in these movies look like, they just have these fascinating faces, and everybody's all sweaty.
Yeah, they're always sweaty. I thought that was an Italian thing.
No, it's a spaghetti western thing. It's like, they shot these movies in Almeria, where I'm guessing it could be hot. But no, these movies are very carefully crafted and shot. So somebody came in and fucking misted him before this take, more likely than not. That's the thing, man. The director of this, Tonino Valeri, made some other good movies. Like I said, he did The Price of Power. The Price of Power. He actually did that with Jama after that. That's a political Western. It's basically a Western that is kind of about the Kennedy assassination.
Shit.
Yeah, it's very good.
Little Lee Harvey Oswald.
Nobody, with fucking Terrence Hill and Henry Fonda. And I think, and then he did A Reason to Live, A Reason to Die. With Bud Spencer, Telly Savalas, and James Coburn, which is also on Tubi, which is also a great movie. But yeah, no, this is a great moment, right, where Talby shoots this motherfucker, and Scott Murray jumps in. It's just like the guy's down, he's begging for mercy, and he's just like, dude, you can't do this. Yeah. Right? Jumps in to stop him.
Exactly.
But the bastard's about to fucking put a bullet in his back, and he just
it was a good lesson.
Yeah. Just, shoots under his legs.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That was a great lesson.
It was.
And he broke, and I was wondering why he never reminded him of rule number 3. You know what I'm saying? Never get between a gun and the person he's aimed at. You know what I'm saying? Because that was rule number 3.
Yep.
I thought he was going to bitch smack him right there, because rightly so, but he's like, nah.
No, because he was learning. He took him in as his pupil, as his understudy, as his disciple.
He was smacking the fuck out of that fool in this movie.
Yeah, almost definitely. And because that's the thing. It's like these motherfuckers, man, in this town, they are so fucking heinous. They're such awful people. When the movie begins, the first thing that fucking happens is you see, of course, Scott Murray. He's going through the streets. Literally, he's cleaning toilets. His job is to go around and fucking collect the slops from the buckets that people are leaving out, right? And dumping their urine and their feces into these containers. And he looks like he's covered in shit, too. Mm-hmm. Right? We never for sure know if that's just dirt from mud. I think it's got to be shit.
I think it is, too. And that's what I was saying. Like you said, the people of the town are heinous. That's your villain. I'm saying, that's your villain.
No, that's not your villain. That's the world.
They shot that dude in the head.
I'm seeing it as a writer. That's how I'm seeing it as a writer. I'm seeing it like that's the world.
I see what you're saying.
Not the villain.
Yeah.
But those people are pieces of shit, and it's made very, very clear where you've got this harmless old hobo, right? And he's just tossing shit into bottles, playing a game. And this motherfucker comes out and he fucking puts buckshot in his ass. He actually shoots this old tramp in the ass. And then all the people in the town, they stick their fucking heads out of their windows and the French doors and everything, step out on the balcony. He's like, "What's with the shooting? What's with the shooting? Oh, I just shot this old man in the ass. Oh, that motherfucker. Oh,
the whole fucking town was evil.
Carry on.
It takes a village to raise a baby, right?
See, and they all laughed about it. That whole town was evil.
Exactly.
They all laugh. They all think it's fucking hilarious.
I get what you're saying about it being a world.
Guess who's there working with them? The fucking marshal.
Yep.
The villain.
Yep.
Just like the world.
This is a place with no justice.
So I'm saying he's the villain.
The Omega dog.
To me, he's the main villain. And this guy, he kind of just got brainwashed by everybody, and he's like a wild dog at the end of the movie. You know, that's the way I see it.
It's kind of like those assholes that fight pit bulls. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. They take this calm dog and they make the other dogs chew on him for a while.
Yeah.
Until he finds his balls, and then Yeah.
Exactly.
But then you can't trust that dog anymore.
Tile those weights to him, get them all swollen and shit.
Right. Yep. But then he's another thing I gotta mention about JMO. Okay, one of the reasons why JMO is a fucking Chad, and why you should watch more of his films. He grew up in that era of watching guys like Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster. If you've never seen any of their movies, especially like their really old ones or old westerns and shit, those or the Vikings. The Vikings, that's a really great one.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
Burt or Kirk Douglas.
Yes.
Yeah, I love Kirk Douglas, dude. He was
they were physical.
He was a badass, dude.
Dude, that scene in the Vikings where fucking Kirk Douglas is doing this game with the oars, where he's running across the oars.
Yeah, he really did that.
That was him.
Yeah.
No, that was some straight up Jackie Chan shit.
Dude, Kirk Douglas was a fucking beast, dude, back in the day. Like
manly man.
When he was in Spartacus, like
dude, Spartacus.
Yeah. That movie was way better than any other movie that followed. I'm sorry. I mean, the effects wasn't there, but I'm telling you, like,
Kirk
Douglas was badass.
That movie's fucking awesome, and has Woody Strode in it too. The guy that I was mentioning before, he plays like the black gladiator, the Nubian gladiator. But he seems swinging around like this, and he always does shit like this in his movies.
Gymnastics.
Yeah, because he sees him. He saw himself in that tradition, right? Those were his heroes, and so they start making these movies in Italy, and they have their own flavor. They have their own level of sophistication. That's for goddamn sure. But they still grew up watching these old American films, and so you can't help but see some of that influence coming up. Yeah, that's actually a really nicely carved wooden
pistol,
Colt Peacemaker.
Yeah,
single action.
Lee Van Cleef would always, like, not always, but a couple times people want to start fights with him because they kind of saw him as a character in the movie, and he's like, no, that's not me. You know what I mean? And he actually wanted to play leading men a lot. But
dude, when Clint Eastwood came to New Orleans, like to Metairie, nobody expected him. He just showed up in a bar, and one of those fucking Cajuns down there tried to beat his ass, And I was like, dude, he's 60. And you're trying to beat up Clint Eastwood when he's 60? And
why do you think
the rest of the bar were all Clint Eastwood fans? So they jumped this dude and whooped his ass.
Motherfucker's ass, I hope.
Yeah,
not stop on his ass, slap him around, grab him, slap him a bit, and then throw his ass out. How dare you?
Dude, he was
icon.
He was trying. He went up to him and he pushed him against the bar. And you talk at this point, Clint Eastwood was 60 years old. Like he's not.
I still wouldn't fuck with him.
It's the same thing with your boy trying to fight Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson's like in his 60s. I'm like, yeah, that's great, but you know what? You would never step in a ring with a 20-year-old Mike Tyson.
No,
Mike gonna kill him anyway.
Mike,
I
money's on Mike.
Still with a 60-year-old Mike Tyson, though. That's the thing.
My money's on Mike.
Right?
Well, yeah, my money's on Mike too, but I'm just saying, like,
yeah, for sure,
He's still 60 years. He's not as potent as a 20-year-old Mike Tyson.
Not even close.
You know what I'm saying?
No. 20-year-old Mike Tyson was invincible. like literally invincible.
He was. That's why they called him Iron Mike. You know,
just remember, guys, the power's the last thing to go.
But he did, from what I understand, he dropped out. Like he dropped out of the fight, and Mike was pissed about that. You know, because I think Mike was looking at a huge payday.
Oh, he dropped
this
out.
Fight would have went through. Yeah, he dropped out. He made up some bullshit excuse about.
He's afraid, dude. He's fucking.
Yeah, like he said he hurt himself training.
Yeah, sure.
Who? Wait, I'm sorry.
Mike was pissed, dude. Mike,
who dropped out of a fight?
Fucking what's his name? I can't remember his fucking name.
That kid, forgot his name.
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Yeah.
Oh my God! You know
Mike was pissed. Dude.
Money was on Mike. He was going to.
Mine too, but but still, like you're not proving anything if you beat him. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not proving anything if you beat him. But Mike was pissed, dude, because that was going to be like a $300 million payday for Mike.
Dude, yeah, I would have been furious, bro. He must have just dropped it because they were really going hard on the marketing for that.
Yeah.
I didn't hear word one about that. That's how disconnected I am from mainstream culture, right? But I do know who Jake Paul is, and would I pay money to see fucking Mike Tyson literally knock his head off his shoulders? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm like, I'm ashamed of this, but you got my money. But yeah, no, I mean, it's I'm reading this book right now, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. Hellraisers, about Richard Burton, Richard Harris, Peter O'Toole, and Oliver Reed, who were just like menaces, right? Guys who were just fucking pounding beers, doing shots, fucking drinking. I mean, like legendary,
like Schwarzenegger,
savages, absolute fucking savages.
I don't drink
and
milk.
They got
I
into
drink
fights
beer.
Everywhere they went.
Lucas for babies.
Lucas for babies. Evidently, by the way, I know this is totally off topic, but it's worth mentioning, right? So you got the ultimate brew crew here, right? You got fucking Oliver Reed, who would do this game called Wimbledon 8, right? Which was like Wimbledon, you know, the tennis tournaments. That was like his hometown. And so there were 8 pubs in Wimbledon, and he would go, all right, boys, Wimbledon 8. And then what you had to do was you had to follow him and in 1 hour drink a beer in every one of those 8 pubs.
Fuck.
You have to go.
You're so wasted, dude. You black out.
Dude. Like, he's the only person who actually managed to do it like 1.5 times before he fucking passed out, right? And the stories about all of these motherfuckers, man. But the biggest savage of them all, I was surprised to find out, actually, fucking Richard Burton, man. Jesus. I mean, knocking back like entire fucking bottles of fucking whiskey like in an afternoon, just like a maniac.
Jesus Christ.
He looks so different, dude.
Evidently, there's something about because he was Welsh, right? Reed was British, and O'Toole and Harris were both Irish as fuck, right? But there's something evidently, like one of the doctors said, there's something about the Welsh Constitution that those motherfuckers can put it away like better than anybody.
Yeah, the whole island, dude, can pretty much.
And they're adapted to the cold too.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
We're talking superhuman feats of drinking. Superhuman feat. Some of the fucking. I mean, yeah, just like.
There's a study too. There's just like a lot of Germanic people could drink more beer allegedly.
Oh, dude,
that's what I heard.
Polish people, Russian people.
That's what I heard. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, man. We Germans, we like our.
Oh, vodka is basically like white lightning, dude. It's like kerosene, dude. You can clean your floors with vodka.
Oh my god!
No wash.
I used to drink vodka straight, and I'm telling you right now, well, on the rocks, but still.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
dude. Here's I could never drink vodka straight unless it's ice fucking cold.
I could drink anything straight, but it doesn't mean I like the taste of it.
Ooh,
no.
Gin, for me, gin's probably the worst shit ever. But I can drink.
Oh god,
gin is I think more.
I swore gin off, dude. I can't do gin.
Yeah, shit's gnarly.
Gnarls Barkles. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey Brian, you got Six Gun Gorilla: Long Days of Vengeance, Volume 1 up on Amazon right now. People could go there and check it out. I'm trying to pull a link up. for the chat.
Yeah, and also my Shopify store.
And your Shopify store, okay,
is finally set up where people can actually copy of Six Gun Gorilla. Yeah, real quick. This is Romano Pupo. You see this guy in a ton of these fucking movies. He was I believe, no, he wasn't. He was a stuntman. Yes, he was a stuntman. And the thing is, they would use the stuntmen as actors in these movies because then, like, if they got shot off a horse or something, it's like the actual guy.
Nice.
Okay, there's the scar right there. I don't know if you can see me highlighting it.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh,
yeah, it's like an X, right?
He was it's just a scratch across his cheek, right? Fucking guy is a little boy, World War II, Italy, of course, was with the Axis, with the Germans and the Japanese, and they were getting bombed. And he found a literal bomb, like in a field somewhere. It was a little boy out playing. He finds a fucking unexploded Allied bomb. So what does he do? He's a little kid. He fucks with it. What happens? It blows up in his face.
Jesus Christ.
And lucky motherfucker, it gives him a scar on his cheek that makes him even fucking better looking. It's like, you son of a bitch. You had a bomb explode in your face. It just makes you look even fucking like more handsome.
Some guys just can't lose.
Some guys can't lose, man. Some guys can't lose. But yeah, he was really one of the great spaghetti western actors. And I just think he's phenomenal in this.
Dude, he stuck out like crazy.
He's fucking phenomenal. It's first of all, just seeing the two of them together is fantastic. You got this great fucking duel with the fucking
dude, that was fucking insane. That was really Lee Van Cleef's on that fucking horse, dude.
Yes,
crazy, dude.
Yes, because these guys weren't fucking pussies, man. Although it's like I do have to give credit to some people like Tom Cruise. Not a big fan of his movies. Decent actor. But he will actually do like crazy shit like this.
Yeah.
That's because he's got the power of Scientology protecting him. I don't know if you notice, like the reason why he does all that is because he's like a 9th level Scientologist. He really has superpowers.
He's the
Scientology has given Tom Cruise superpowers.
He made a video saying that it's amazing because now he has the power to change the world.
That's amazing.
He's super.
I need to fucking.
I guess this guy died of a heart problem, man. Like he was injured and he like fucking broke his something, and he had to learn how to re-ride the horse in 6 months. Lee Van Cleef. That right there was also a fucking medieval duel right there, man. A joust on horse. I love that.
Oh, totally.
Got Ray Stevenson right there.
That's a great scene.
Looks like the Punisher.
He does look like the Punisher, doesn't he?
I'm told that this music was used in Django Unchained.
The original?
Collage style.
So I still refuse to watch.
All right. Worth a watch. It ain't Django, but.
And he's holding the fucking bullet in his mouth. And we're talking about a big old musket ball. I mean, getting shot by a bullet sucks. Can you imagine having one of those fucking things ripping through your fucking body?
Yeah, they got a pretty sick documentary about Lee Van Cleef on YouTube right now. Full life. I watched that today.
Oh, really? Like a biography?
Yeah, it's really good.
Feature length, or is it just a 30-minute piece?
It's like a 30-minute one.
Okay.
It's AI like narrated, but still good.
Okay, that's all right.
Dude, you know what I noticed? They got like AI narrated audiobooks now.
Yeah.
And you can't tell the difference between those and the actual readers.
Like, got the dude's voice crazy. Like, it was talking like this, and he sounds like this. And it sounds kind of like, it's funny as fuck. It's like,
it doesn't sound robotic, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's the craziest fucking thing. Like, it's like they have to tell you beforehand that's AI narrated.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool.
Like TikTok has that set up to where you could do a video and you could pick the AI voice you want to say your shit, you know, and it helps with your algorithm too. The algorithm loves that shit. Like, oh, AI voice.
So what are they going to do? Like, this is my question. Like now so now you got AI replacing artists. They're replacing audiobook actors, like voice actors.
No, it's in
you know.
It'll never be the same.
They're replacing writers, you know. So
I don't think we should be afraid of AI. I think that it will be a useful tool, right?
Oh, people are using
people like me that can't draw, that kind of a thing.
Oh,
right?
Oh, hell yeah.
What about for people who can't write? Then that means that you just go to AI instead of working with an actual writer?
Could write a Marvel movie script.
Yeah, it does a good job. It's not
going to be able to fucking write a movie like this. It's not going to be able to write fucking Mad Max.
I think that
be able to fucking write Escape from New York. Well, it's not going to be able to write Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I
do.
But what I am saying is that you miss out on all these cool collaborations that happen. The magic that happens whenever two creatives get together.
Yes,
it's never going to be as good, man. I'll tell you that much. But it's definitely taking over. People don't give a fuck if it's drawn by AI or not. They don't give a fuck if it's written by AI or not. The thing is that the new generation, they just want to be entertained. You know what I mean? Me, fuck AI. I hope it burns in hell. But the new generation doesn't care. They just want to be entertained. They don't care who drew the book. They don't care who wrote it. They don't care how long they've been writing in the comic book industry, how many novels they wrote. They don't.
Yeah, absolutely right.
You know, but one day, here's the thing: they're going to know that
she's Japanese or she's Japanese. Then they might say
they're going to know that there's something missing.
But one day, one of those kids is going to be like, you know, it'd be cool if I could actually do this for a living. And they're like, well, no, stupid, you can't do that because AI does it.
The C800 does it.
It's never going to happen.
Yeah,
it's never going to happen. You are irreplaceable. Guys like me.
Now go to work and go flip that burger for the actual people and go do your maintenance on your robot so that
flip those robo burgers for the robot.
You won't even have that because you did like you guys heard that store employees, what is it? They're sabotaging like the automatic registers and shit like that.
Good.
because it's taking jobs away.
It is.
You know? So.
It's just like the Industrial Revolution, and now it's the AI revolution.
Exactly.
It's the AI revolution. They're taking over everything. Trucking, shipping. It's all going to be, you know, McDonald's.
Yeah, it's like you go in the dollar store, like that motherfucker is always out of order. You know what I'm saying? Like they got this automatic checkout, and it is always fucking out of order.
Yeah.
Checkouts. Yeah, you know, and you realize like every time you go through the self-checkout, like this used to be somebody's job. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
we're talking about creative stuff here.
They're probably telling the guy who owns the place, they're like, yeah, well, you know, that self-checkout, it was a good idea, but if it keeps breaking down, I don't know what to tell you. Like it's
and you know me, I'm gonna jump in self-checkout. I mean, if I watch something and it was AI and I liked it, I ain't gonna be like, well, hey, it's AI. I'm gonna say it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
If I see a drawing that it was AI, that's a good drawing.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that's never going to happen because there's a huge difference between a chair that comes out of a factory in China that's made by slaves, right, out of shitty materials, comparing that to something that's beautifully handcrafted.
Let me ask you something. Brian, do you have an iPhone or do you use Android?
I use Android. Fuck Apple.
What about you, Matt? Do you use Apple or
Android?
Okay, all right.
He's a comic book villain, bro. He's a goofy comic book villain. He fucking bought up all the farmland. All right, a lot of farmland, not all of it, and he's fucking growing mosquitoes in South America. Okay, his biggest fucking cash grab was COVID. All right, that was all him.
Who are we talking about?
Bill fucking Gates.
Oh, Bill Gates. Yeah, he literally is a comic book villain. Or then you have
villain. Yeah.
He's a cheesy villain. He's like, he's having fun, dude. He's fucking fun.
And then you got the dude who owns Tesla. Like he's like super genius. He's like Reed Richards.
He's like Tony Stark kind of
champion.
Yeah. He's an Iron Man 2. He's like, "What's up, Tony?" I love the set. I love the set design right here, man. Like the guns.
That's great, right?
So cheap, so fantastical.
Yes.
So spaghetti.
Exactly. Because that's the thing, right? Are you noticing from watching these movies that the Spaghetti West, it's a different world.
It's fantastical, yeah.
Right? There's something unearthly about it.
Oh yeah. I would have showed that set a little more. You know what I mean? I would have got more out of my money.
It gets good screen time.
It gets some good screen time.
Oh, that's the bum that got shot in the ass, isn't it?
Yeah.
I never made it this far in the movie.
Yeah, because here is where Scott Murray has made his choice, right? He's made his choice. He can either be the hero or he can be the villain. And this is where he decides to be the hero.
I like the gag he does where he throws the thing up in the air, catches it, the gun, and keeps the dude.
Yeah.
Badass.
You know, I haven't done this in years, but I actually got a replica, a Colt Peacemaker and a holster, and actually can do like some gun tricks, like poorly, but but I can draw pretty fast. It's called thumb busting. You have to like bring your hand up so that your thumb connects with the trigger, so that you're cocking it as you're drawing it out.
Fuck.
What I do is I shave off 2 inches from the barrel, and then I put it in the holster. That way, when I draw,
sawed off. Oh, remember Lightning Jack?
But also, it helps when you're writing a western.
All that, dude.
Yeah, to like have some of those props.
Go places. Go to these towns. You know, try on the clothes. I mean, everything.
No, he's not even amphibian skills. Never get between a gun and its target.
He starts counting off everything with fucking towel beats on him.
Like, what the fuck you saying?
It's righteous. Fanning. And Fanning, you can fucking hit shit if you're in the Spaghetti West. In the real West, like I said, my favorite.
Those bullets are going every motherfucking where. They said the accuracy of the Colt was like, you'd have to be 10 feet away from somebody to actually hit them. Like the Colt was the worst weapon.
Dude,
you know?
The best story. Super short version, right? 2 guys playing cards. You're cheating. Hell, I am.
Oh, yeah, I heard this
Hell,
one.
you're not, right? You know, you kerfuffle, right? They both get up, start fanning their guns. Boom, 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 boom. And the fucking smoke, right? Just like you couldn't see shit because these things did produce a lot of fucking smoke. And so you're talking about like 12 bullets, I'm sorry, 10 bullets, because they would usually keep one chamber empty in the 6-gun, right? So boom, 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 boom. And this smoke clears and they're both standing there and neither one of them has a fucking scratch.
Everybody else around them's dead, though.
Right? The whole room.
They probably knew to hit the fucking floor. And then after that, they're like, oh, okay. Like, you know, I guess they realized, like,
the right bullet at the right time.
Hey, guys, I'm going to boogie right now. Thanks for having me on, Brian. This movie was awesome. Hard recommend. 2 horns up.
Yeah, really quick.
Great movie.
Your Day of Anger, and tell us where you're going, bro.
Oh, I'm going over my channel, Metal Movies and Brewskis. We're going to be having on Russ Leach. He's going to be talking about the Shadow Kingdom, which is arguably Robert E. Howard's first book and the first sword and sorcery book. If you guys want to, check me out there, or you guys could check me out on Twitter at Runecutter Comic. And if you guys want to pick up my gothic fantasy western, Butch Cleaver, that's it right there. It's on Fund My Comic. That's my store. And thanks, guys, for having me on. It was a blast. This movie was awesome. I really, really liked it.
I'm glad you got a kick out of it, man.
I'm ahead of it, too. I got to go take care of some business.
Shoot me the link. We're going to wrap up here. We're going to raid your fucking channel. And Pops, of course, is got to show his videos. But peace out, Matt. And you're peacing out too, Preston?
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Traitor.
I don't know. Fucking suck.
That's all good. But much love to you. Thanks for hanging out here. And I'll hopefully see you over on Matt's channel.
For Sheezel.
You guys take it easy.
Peace. So, Pops, what did you think of Day of Anger?
I loved it. Like I said, I giggled. I thought it was funny. I thought, especially the rules, lesson number 1, lesson number 2, it was like, oh man, this is like old school Yoda right now. He's giving the boy the business, right? But then at the end of the day, dude memorized every bit of it, put every bit of it to use, put it into practice. I was like, yeah, that's a good student. Make your teacher proud.
Hey man, in the kung fu movies, there's often the scene where the teacher is just like telling a student, You're holding back. Don't hold back. Like, you're afraid of beating me. I know you don't want to beat me, but understand this. And this is, of course, totally different philosophy. If you beat me, your teacher, then I'm the shit. Because I can say to all the other teachers, yeah, see my student over there? He's even better than I am.
Yep.
Suck it.
But yeah, I enjoyed it, but like I said, man, you doing this show on the network kind of woke up an old love for mine that got buried somewhere down.
Oh, man. Thank you so much for saying that. That's awesome.
Well, I went right back to watching all the old Trinity movies and everything, I was like, I'm hitting you up. Where can I find this one? I need to watch this one. Because all that shit, I loved that shit when I was a teenager, man. That was the legit shit there.
Yes. And there's something about these movies, and I'm not the only one that's noticed it. There's something about these movies that's just good for the heart. That just, that are just nourishing on a spiritual level, I think.
I like how teachers begs him not to kill him after he's wounded, though. It's like, come on, man. You taught him the rules. The rules.
Yep, they were your exactly, man. Exactly.
Don't be a pussy.
You fucked up there. You definitely fucked up there. And Lee Van Cleef, man, always great as a fucking hero, always great as a fucking villain. He's just always fucking great. And
this one, you really have to pick a side with him. He goes either way. Like I said, the town wronged him. He had every right to go back there and get something back from them.
Oh, for sure. But he crosses a line.
Now, whether or not he was a villain for influencing Shitboy to do his dirty work for him, there's argument toward that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's the whole point.
But he paid for it.
The ambiguous areas. That's what the movie's
trying to
get into.
If that was his villainy, he paid for it.
Right.
Shitboy got his ass.
Yep. No, he did. He did. Talby saw fucking potential in the boy. It's just that he was going to use it to
empower
himself. These videos that you wanted to show. Shall we peace out and show those, or show those and peace out? What do you want to do, bro?
I wanted to show and talk about it just for a minute because
go.
It is an active campaign. I'm going to drop this banner
That's all good.
This is for the Gods of Metal tabletop game by our boy from the Laughing Rogue. You can see up there, Laughing Rogue, right? Our sponsor, Laughing Rogue. Up there, Laughing Rogue. He does video games, graphic novels, RPGs. Actually, the RPG that we do on Friday mornings with Dante and Karen Needlemeyer, that's Chris's RPG that we do. Today, we ran a demo of the Gods of Metal tabletop game that's available on Kickstarter right now. I'm going to show you the video for the game, and then just a little extra special video for something that's part of the game. You guys are going to like it, and I hope you go check it out. If you're a gamer like I am, look, you can go watch earlier today. We played it. You can see how it plays. You can see whether or not it's something you want to be, you're interested in. If you want to go check it out, I got the game. I own it. It's good stuff.
It looks badass, man. From what I've seen, it looks badass.
Yeah, it's cool as hell. So check out this video. We'll be right back.
An ancient darkness is breaking through into our reality. The overlords are coming. They're demons united. They'll stop at nothing to tear our world to shreds. And the only thing that can stop them is the power of metal. You have been chosen by the gods of metal to lead this crusade of finger-shredding fury. You must write the sick riffs, craft the awesome lyrics, find unholy rhythms, and set the heads banging. Show the overlords that their darkness is nothing compared to yours. Gods of Metal is a co-op deck-building game for 1 to 4 players. You and your bandmates must work to create the most powerful band in human history. Find mystical instruments of legend, outlandish costumes to improve your powers, and recruit mascots to help you battle the overlords. Find the power of pure decibels and use them to destroy your enemies by crafting songs that will literally blow their minds. Form a band. Save the world. Gods of Metal. Now on Kickstarter.
Now, that looks like something you might be interested in. I want you to see this too.
Mr. Chris, what up? Also, Christgau from rock and roll band Five Finger Death Punch. Heard that you're about to launch your newest board game, Gods of Metal, where you take on the persona of different metal musicians to stop the overlords and their demons from taking over reality. I think I know a metal musician that can help you fight those overlords and those demons. That is me, Christgau. So, shout out to you, Chris. Shout out to all of the Laughing Rogue crew. And shout out to Gods of Metal. I will be in there taking over reality from the demons and the overlords. Christgau. Just like it says there on my hat, in case I forget. I do play bass.
I do play bass. He said, I do play bass. I love it. I love it. There's actually a Christgau card in the game.
So he's legit actually in the game.
He's actually in the game.
That's fucking sweet.
Okay. And there's other shit coming, guys. This is the
expansion packs, right?
This is the expansion of the Gods of Metal. Yes, that's what this is an expansion of the Gods of Metal game. I already had the game, so I only had to get the expansion. But you can get both.
Now, this is a card game, right? This is like Magic the Gathering or something like that?
It's sort of like that. The guy who did the art actually did art for Magic the Gathering. So no expense overlooked here. This is a quality game. What Chris does at Laughing Rogue, look, Gone Hunting is great. We played that. Fanta played that with us. She had a blast.
That looks great.
Okay. All these games can be set up and played in an online format. Like one person sets it up on the table and everybody else can be here in StreamYard playing the game. We've done it with everything he's made.
That's pretty cool.
His Slaughterville game is ridiculous, dude. It's so I don't know how you it's like it's not complicated to play, but it's got everything. It's got all of the settings of all the major horror movies, right? You got the asylum, you got the camp, you got the hospital, you got the library, you got all the haunted places where all the bad shit has happened on the movies.
Right.
You know, and it's all, obviously you can't use the actual names of the characters unless you pay the rights.
Right. They can't use those names.
Right.
They can't use those names. That doesn't mean that you can.
Well, no, I mean we can't put Jason in the game.
Right. But when you're playing the game at home,
it's
like homebrews.
You know who it refers to. The card's there. It looks like Jason. It's obviously Jason. We just didn't name him that. You know what I mean? But in some cases, like what happened with Christgau, they responded when Chris reached out. You see what I'm saying? All it can happen is they ignore you or they say no. That's but sometimes you get that dude that goes, "Oh hell yeah,
exactly.
I want to be part of that," and then you get a
nothing to be lost by asking.
Yes, I mean if you don't ask, the answer is always going to be no.
Exactly.
So this is one of those cases where dude went, "Yeah, hell yeah, I want to be involved in that," and reaching out to the rest of the band and anybody else, this is what it's about, guys. Networking, promotion, helping each other out to get seen and doing the thing, man. That's something else I want to show you real quick, Brian, because I got a package today.
Oh shit.
Got a package.
What you get, Pops? I got pizza.
It's a package.
Oh yeah, I love getting shit in the mail.
We got
shit in the mail.
Some stuff to auction off towards the Roku from our buddy Bill. Our buddy Bill Moss. You know our buddy Bill Moss.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Well, if you can remember when we did the Roku campaign, he had offered to, we had threw this up there, right? Okay. Well, the campaign obviously didn't fund, so people didn't get the stuff that he had thrown.
Right. But it didn't go nowhere. It didn't just go up in smoke.
So we're still so he sent me this stuff today, and I was like, wow, that's way more than what I thought we were getting from Mr. Moss.
Oh man, that's big-hearted of him.
There's a couple of signed Christmas cards.
Nice.
Mira X. Now these will probably go with the page art. Page art.
Nice.
From what's it called? Hellspace.
Nice.
Hellspace. And he sent 2 pages from Hellspace and a couple other things even. But check this out, B. Here, let me biggin this up.
Nice.
Look at this, dude.
Isn't the original art just the shit?
Look at this.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Man, he's so fucking talented.
I know, dude. And then...
Shit, I wish I could draw.
Dude.
I could draw like that. God
Look
damn.
at that.
Oh, sweet. Oh, Preston would fucking love that one.
Look at that. And
That's
then...
great.
Zananira, dude.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, the shit that made him famous back in the Disney.
And this is also from Hellspace. It's page 2. So he sent me 3 pages from the.
That's so fucking cool. Wow, big-hearted dude, man.
Dude, and we're gonna auction this stuff off, and it's all gonna everything, every bit we get is gonna go toward the Roku, because Bill wants to put his show on Roku too.
Hell yeah.
He wants to join us over there on Roku too. So
nice.
Go back in
I'm
here.
looking forward to that, man. I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fucking badass. Now, the campaign's not live.
No, what I have right now, I have a GoFundMe for the legal groundwork. Okay, look, I can't take investors' money if I can't give them a contract.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I have investors that want to give us money, but I'm not just going to take their money. I need to be able to have a legal contract that I can give them in return.
Yeah. Or you're an idiot.
Right. Well, I mean, I got to be legit, dude. I can't face the mess like what Luke went through.
Oh, fuck that.
With people attacking him and shit. My shit's all gonna be like straight up.
Yup.
Done by lawyers. Yeah,
cover your ass, man. Right? Always cover your ass.
Yeah.
Always cover, especially when you swim with fucking sharks.
So this GoFundMe that we have right now is for the legal groundwork, for the LLC, for the lawyers, for the contracts, for the PO box, for the internet, for all the dumb shit that you got to have to run a business.
Right.
Okay. When the groundwork is laid, then I get to go to my investors, like people like Daniel from Iron Age Knights, people like Thomas from Committed Comics up there, another of our sponsors. They've already said, I'm throwing money at you, Pop, as soon as you get it together. Okay. And I mean, I could have went to either one of them and said, man, throw me some money right now so I can lay the groundwork. But that's not what they're investing in. They're not investing in the groundwork. They're investing in the Roku platform.
You got to take care of this shit first.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
How far along are you? Also, dude, drop the fucking link for that.
The link is pinned to the top in my YouTube. Let me grab it and just drop it again.
How far along are you?
Oh, we don't have a whole lot on the on the GoFundMe.
Okay.
Like, we don't have a whole lot on it, and that's why I'm like, okay, I'm not going to let that be a holdup.
Right. Yeah.
So I got some art, and Bill had already offered to send me some art for the campaign in the first place, and true to his word, he sent me some art to get this thing rolling, right? I have some art of my own, some other stuff I'm going to pull out. We're going to do some kind of a big art auction.
If I can't kick in any dough, because I've been spending way too fucking much money in the past couple months, but if I don't throw in some dough, although I'd like to, at the very least, I would like to throw in some original art, because I've got like some 6-gun gorilla pages. And,
see, that's what I'm saying. We're going to have an auction, and anybody who wants to help out by jumping into the auction and saying, "Hey, I'll throw this in there. Let's do it." We'll do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like that. Yeah.
I'm not making anybody commit to anything.
No. It's just like I'd like to pitch in. I'd like to pitch in a little, in some fucking way. That's all. And because that's the thing is, everybody just pitches in just a little. That'll fucking get you across the finish line. If we could get everybody to throw, if we could get everybody in the madness to throw $1 at us. Yes. $1. If we could get everybody in the madness to throw $1 at us. Yeah. I'd be rolling. We'd have the investor money, and Roku'd be up. Yep. Yeah. Am I asking for everybody to? For people? Make it easy for folks, and let them know. And the thing is, when do you just roughly? When do you think you're going to do this auction? Well, I just got the art obviously today, so it wasn't something I could do till I had in hand. I said something in the Madness Reloaded group earlier about it. I think Doc will probably MC this. Okay. But I want it to go out on as many different channels as possible. I don't want it all going to Madness channels. Right. I want it going Doc's channel, your channel, Critical Blast. I want it going all over the place, right? RJ's been fucking killing it, man. I'm so fucking happy for RJ. I'm so fucking happy for him. My dude. Thank God. My dude, man. Look. Dude, he's killing it. No, I've got his a magnet on my refrigerator. It's just, RJ's such a sweetheart, and he's been through some serious fucking shit, and now he's killing it and doing something that's also great for the fucking community too. Yeah, I mean, look, since the day I thought when I kind of thought when I met RJ that he already had stuff rolling, but he reminded me when I met RJ, he had not fulfilled a single campaign yet. Yeah, it was an idea. Yes, I remember. It was an idea. It was an idea, and I was like, dude, you got it. I'm behind you 100%. I'm going to support you and promote you forever. Just do it. Just keep doing it. Yeah, he's killing it. He's killing it. It's a joy to see. It's actual joy to see. It was funny because you remember in that little room, he would be like surrounded by boxes and shit, right? And now he's got a fucking warehouse and a couple storage units and shit. That shit makes me so happy. That shit makes me so happy. That's so fucking networking, promote each other, work with each other, work together. Hey, I might have him fulfill the new 6-gun gorilla. I would. It's a no-brainer, man. It really is, man. It really fucking is. And then the one thing I can know for sure, nobody's gonna get a fucking empty fucking mailer, an empty fucking Gemini mailer. By leaving fucking RJ's house. I freaked out, man. That shit. I picked it up and I could see the book. And see what had happened is no idea how that happened. Didn't have it wrapped around the book. Book was sitting on top of the book was sitting on top of the insert. You see what I'm saying? It must have been baked or something like that. Serious, like really? So I get the knife and I go like, I've got ADD. I'm not, my mind is always off, like in some fucking comic book fairy tale land. It was hilarious, dude. I get the knife and I go,
oh shit, the book's right there. And there it was in my hand.
Yeah, see, exactly. That's the other thing is I know that if I go with RJ, that's not going to happen.
It's all going to be good. It's all going to be good.
It's all going to be good. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. Onward and upward. And, rising tide lifts all fucking boats.
Well, you know what? I mean, look, obviously there's people who don't like me, whatever.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, that hasn't never stopped me from wanting to promote people and help them sell books. And if you can't see past the bullshit to the core of what I do,
dude,
I can't help you.
Yeah.
I can only help you if you let me help you. You know what I mean?
I discovered like what that feels like when Commie Mark got funded on my channel, right? And that was just a little thing, and he was going to make it anyway. I really believe that he was going to make it anyway. But when he got funded on my stream, I was just like, I got like a fucking dopamine fucking hit, or it's like that was fun. I just helped somebody get their fucking book funded. That's fucking awesome. I get it.
The funniest thing the first book that I campaigned for, Mojo Risen, 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
That book funded at $3,500 in 45 minutes. It was the first book I had ever campaigned for. I was actually in the book. I was a character in the book, so I worked really hard at it. Telling people about it, right?
Yeah.
I felt really good about that. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, helping people sell comic books.
Right.
It's what I'm supposed. And then COVID hit. That was before COVID. Then COVID hit and shut everything down. And I was like, okay, I really am supposed to be doing this because nobody else was.
Right.
Nobody else was doing anything like CromCon. Nobody was doing anything to help everybody that summer. I mean, dude, I busted it out. Every month we're going to do a big show. Every month, and we did it for what? 4 fucking years, bro.
And I've seen all the campaigns that have gotten funded on your channel, and
it's fun. I like helping people sell books. That's all. If you want my help selling your book, I'll help you sell your book. That's all I try to do. I don't tell people I need a percentage on the back end. None of that dumb shit. Right. I mean,
because then you're doing it like sort of for nefarious purposes. That's the thing,
It's like way back in the beginning, I had somebody call me a bottom feeder that was just trying to get free books. And that was
look, not everybody's going to click with your personality. Not everybody's going to be a fan. There are a lot of haters out there. There are a lot of people that are motherfuckers that have miserable lives that want other people to have miserable lives.
Yeah.
All you can do is soldier on and do the best that you can, be the best person that you can be.
B, I have evolved as far as the social media goes.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I learned to leave people behind rather than continue to engage after shit disintegrated, right?
Right.
I just leave them behind.
Right.
I don't go looking for them. I don't go look and see what they're doing and drop snide comments out there wherever they're at.
Right. I know.
I leave them behind. I just leave people behind if we don't click.
Yeah. No, I know.
I
know. And you know what? You've gotten better at not making yourself a target because you can have a short fuse, right?
Well,
nobody's fucking perfect. Fuse. Nobody's fucking perfect, and I get it, right? I always say that you're a cross between Tommy Chong and C-3PO. You know what I'm saying? Like you get fucking wound up and dramatic about shit, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying?
That's just it. There's things I'm passionate about, just like there's things you're passionate about.
We're all fucked up in different ways.
Right?
We're all fucked up in different ways.
There's things you're passionate about, though. Okay, for me, one of the things I'm really passionate about is innocent until proven guilty.
Yes.
having been in prison twice, gone through the court system in multiple occasions, innocent until proven guilty means a lot to me.
Yes.
When I see somebody being crucified,
we should mean a lot to everybody.
Right? When I see somebody being crucified with no proof, with no evidence, with scanty evidence, with it's like I'm the guy sitting back waiting for the actual judgment. Okay. Right. And sometimes if you don't pick a side early on in these loud engagements online.
That was the Ed Piskor thing.
That's what I'm thinking the Indie Bowl thing, okay? Yeah. I'm thinking the Indie Bowl thing way back then because I wouldn't condemn Varian until I had proof.
I know, she was ugly.
You know, everybody else was like piling on, and I'm like, hey, until I see proof, until I see proof, I'm not going to be part of the mob.
Right.
Okay, now, at the end of the day, it looked pretty bad. I ain't had nothing to do with them people since. But a whole bunch of people hated me for not piling on.
I know. They demand, and that's the thing is, like I was saying on Preston's stream the other day, shit's driven by fear.
Yeah.
Right? And because people are just like, oh, I better chime in on this and take a side quick, or then they're going to be like, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you look at this thing that happened with Ed.
I know. Terrible.
Okay. Now, again, because I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's innocent until proven guilty.
Yes.
I didn't have an opinion. I didn't, until I see something like Vic King and a conviction. That's different. Okay?
That's totally fucking different.
Totally different. Okay.
Totally
conviction,
fucking like way.
How come they didn't how come they didn't chase that guy down?
I know, right? Right? Like that's a guy who legit belongs in prison.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he got convicted of his shit.
Yes, why is this guy like out on the fucking streets?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. As opposed to like somebody was saying something about somebody else, or I mean, it's just crazy.
It was harsh. I've seen people bragging, and I'm not going to say names, but I've seen people bragging about driving Ed away from his show and making him shut his show down.
Oh yeah, they're gonna take a victory lap, because that's another smell for them. That's another severed head.
Yeah, bragging about it. Okay, now, I'm like, and then you see them this week, and they act like they give a shit. And like, oh no, your disingenuous ass can go suck a big old bag of dicks.
Yeah, they can. Yeah,
I know who you are now.
Yep.
Know?
Absolutely. And that's why people need to have longer memories.
Yeah.
Have a longer memory, man. People just, and I'm not encouraging people to have grudges, but don't fucking forget people's fucking records.
And there's no prop you can hide your actions behind, people. No prop that you can hide your actions behind. Your actions show who you are. Period. I don't care what your justification for your actions are. Your actions show who you are.
Yep.
That's
the absolute truth. And like I was saying on Preston stream yesterday, I hope like some people are gonna have like a come to Jesus moment where they're gonna be like, oh fuck, right?
Yeah.
And maybe some people will.
I hope so.
And you hope so, right? But I think certainly the main perpetrators, they ain't fucking apologizing for shit.
Oh no, that's because the drama farm is their bread and butter.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then some people, and then people fucking trying to connect other shit, completely unrelated shit to their shit to fucking monetize that shit, man.
And I'm really glad, B, that I decided a long time ago not to be the drama network. I'm really glad none of the shows in our network are focused on all that shit.
Go on any of these fucking drama streams, or even some of the chill ones, and be like, drama has nothing to do with making and selling fucking comics.
Exactly.
And you'll get all these motherfuckers. No, drama good. Drama drives sales. I'm like, no, it drives super chats.
And it drives people like me away from your show. If I tune into a show and they're EFAPing somebody else's show, you know what I do? I go watch the actual show.
Yes.
Why do I care what somebody else's opinion is of what dude said? I want to go see what dude.
Thanks for letting me know about this video.
That's it. You could have put that link in the chat and said, go check out that video.
Instead of having them fucking stop it and fucking insert their own bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
E-fapping is something I do not fucking understand. It's a whole fucking waste of time.
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
Like I said, we got a ton of shows on our network, and not one of them does that shit. And I'm proud of everybody in our network for just being real and doing comics and games and fun shit.
You know, look,
movies, fun shit, right?
Yes, absolutely. Let's have fun. Let's make comics. Let's sell comics.
And if you're not down with the madness, I got 2 words for you: like button.
Yes. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. Smack the subscribe button, smack the like. Chris, my brother, I'm sorry I didn't give you a single shout out the entire night. I hope you're doing well, my friend. Much love to you. And Pops, do you want to take us out? And then I'm going to bop over to
I'll go ahead and play a couple ads. We got a couple new sponsors, B. As you can see up there, we got Unpopular Comics all the way over on the end. They have a book called Punk Droid. I'm going to play that one real quick.
Okay.
You have a good night, Brian. I will see you.
Next week is going to be a horror movie club, and it's either going to be The Bride or Project Metal Beast, most likely. We're going to figure it out. Anyway, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thank you for fucking hanging out, Pops. And until next week, people, peace, love, and metal.
The future. The final frontier. It has never been so uncertain as now. AI, VR, haptic wear, nanotechnology, mass destruction with a remote click. Now we are finally seeing the true potential and dangers of an ever-connected and overly policed hyper-technological world. Have we finally become the architect of our own demise? Is there still hope? Welcome to the future. Welcome to Punk Droid.
Glamorized and embraced by Hollywood, feared in the underworld, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel was one of the most powerful men in America. He was also one of the most hated. The man who gave birth to Las Vegas was gunned down in the luxurious home of his glamorous lover. Almost 80 years later, his murder remains unsolved. Who killed Bugsy?
Flip City Magazine is just really pulling out all the stops, man. Your guys' production value of this magazine has gone insane. I mean, look at that. I mean, I remember when you guys, it was black and white. Even when it was black and white, I thought your quality was great. But damn, they just really stepping it up a notch. Look at this. James Corbett, boys. James Corbett.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Critical